What's up, beautiful people, and welcome back to another comic book review video where I say words from my mouth and you, the magically delicious, listen. It is I, your crazy Nicolas Cage, your steward of Gondor, your genius, billionaire playboy, basic YouTuber philanthropist, Supercliff. And would you guys be ever so kindly as to smash that like and subscribe button, because every little bit helps in this crazy YouTube world. And today, guys, we are back at it with the Suicide Squad, issue number 6, written by Robbie Thompson, with the art drawn by Eduardo Pensica and Dexter Soy, the inks by Giulia Fieri, and the colors by Marcelo Milo. Honestly, I cannot say names properly, so just know that. And without further ado, let's get freaky. Alrighty, folks, so our story begins with an overview, some background information regarding the previous issue, and this is all being told to us by Amanda Waller. And basically, she's talking about how she's been sending Bloodsport to various different Earths within the multiverse, tasking him with finding new recruits for Task Force X. Recruits such as Earth 3's Black Siren, a dark and twisted version of the beloved Black Canary. Now, Bloodsport was successful with locating Black Siren. However, our guy got pretty sloppy when he took on Ultraman, Earth 3's evil Superman, who, by the way, doesn't get weakened when exposed to kryptonite. Rather, he gets stronger. And so because Bloodsport didn't do his homework properly, he fed Ultraman a kryptonite bullet, thinking that it would do the trick. Instead, Bloodsport ended up getting captured, and thus Waller is now currently prepping her team up for a rescue mission. This is when we pan over to Ann Arbor, Michigan, where the Suicide Squad are trying their damnedest to capture a villain known as Night Terror. And Night Terror has the ability to walk through walls, making her quite the expert thief. But that's technically not the reason why the squad are trying to take her into custody. But we'll touch on that in a bit, folks, because in the meantime, like a badass mofo, Superboy punches Night Terror square in the face, knocking her out in the process. And once the squad drugs her, in case Night Terror decides to wake up, they quickly depart the area via teleport. Once the squad arrives back in Belle Reve, they are quickly met with Amanda Waller. And once the squad hands over Night Terror, Waller orders Dr. Rodriguez to do what she needs to do in order to get the entire squad equipped to jump to Earth 3, and that she only has 12 hours to get it done. And as the doctor makes her way, she whispers under her breath, saying that she should have never had gone to med school. And no, you probably shouldn't have, because now you're working for the devil. Meanwhile, we see Dr. Rodriguez begin to operate on Night Terror, with the only consolation given is that Night Terror will live the operation. However, it will be extremely painful. Meanwhile, Peacemaker contacts Amanda Waller with his team, who are currently tracking down Swamp Thing in the Ram V book, providing Waller with a basic check-in detailing the current situation. And following his report, Agent Parker admits to Waller that if Peacemaker is able to apprehend Swamp Thing, then the Swamp Thing creature could prove to be a much-needed asset for Task Force Z. Waller views that getting Swamp Thing is nothing more than an added bonus, because the bigger prize is rather Waller suspects that Peacemaker was the culprit who broke out Rick Flag out of his cell during Red X's attack. And so while Peacemaker's gone on his mission, it gives Waller a good amount of time to plan and to essentially move her pawns into position before Peacemaker makes his return. Afterwards, Waller meets up with the squad and provides them all with some newly constructed armbands. And due to Night Terror's, quote, generous donations, the squad now possesses the ability, via these armbands, the power to produce high vibrations, as a means to travel from the main Earth over to Earth 3. And because their way of travel will have to be done by going extremely fast, the armbands will keep them safe, long enough so that their brains won't melt during the process. And that's always a plus. And just before Amanda teleports the team over to Earth 3, she tells them that Ultraman knows that they are coming. So the game plan is to essentially find Bloodsport, find Black Siren, and to get the hell out of there. And it's here where the squad are immediately transported over to Earth 3's Metropolis. However, upon their arrival, Talon begins to fall ill, But as the field commander for this mission, Superboy tells Talon to get on his feet and that they'll treat this condition once the mission is complete. Now, as the team begins to traverse the city of nightlife metropolis, Superboy mentions that he wants to know what Nocturna knows about him with regard to Peacemaker's theory. Nocturna tells him that Waller is clearly doing something to Superboy's mind, something that she doesn't particularly comprehend since his mind was read to be cloudy. Basically, she tells the squad that it's almost as if Waller is controlling what Superboy can and cannot remember. And to make an example of this is the fact that Superboy has no idea as to how Waller got him into custody. But as the group continue to talk shit about Amanda Waller, Connor immediately warns the squad, telling them all to get down because it's here where they are attacked by the one and only Ultraman. While Connor contends with the evil Superman, he tells Branch to grab Bloodsport, who's located down in the alleyway. However, as Ultraman claps his hands together, causing a sonic blast in the process, it knocks Nocturna off the building. But Branch is able to save her before it's too late. But unfortunately, by doing so, it leaves Branch vulnerable to attack. And alas, Ultraman literally destroys Branch from the inside out, using his heat vision, burning him to ash. From there, Ultraman continues to lay down the hammer on the Suicide Squad, freezing those whom are still able to fight into freeze pops via his freeze breath. And just as all hope seems to be lost, Nocturna shows up. But she isn't alone, because she also managed to bring back Black Siren with her, who is currently under Nocturna's control. And so together, both Black Siren and Bloodsport fire upon the villain, causing Ultraman to lightly falter. Now, once the rest of the squad break free from their icicle situation, Superboy receives a call from Waller, letting Connor know that the extraction portal is open and that they have to leave now before it's too late. Connor then tells everyone to make it to the extraction, while he stays behind and continues to fight Ultraman. And it's during their fight where Ultraman begins to insult the hero, saying that he can see right through Connor and that he's nothing more than a clone, nothing but copies of copies, an abomination. Now, holy crap, Ultraman. Like, chill with the insults, dude. You're getting a bit too mean there. Yet, despite these harsh words, Superboy doesn't falter, as he continues to duke it out with the evil Superman. Meanwhile, Calibra is making her way over to the portal, whilst carrying a sick Talon. But something surprisingly happens here, folks. That being Talon ditching his, "Oh, I can only say one word," as he asks Calibra for help. Now, Calibra is shocked by this, because this entire time, Talon's been saying the word "who" to literally everyone since the beginning. And although we knew that this was all a facade back in issue 4 when Red X confronted Talon, the fact of the matter is that things for Talon must be pretty bad if he's willing to talk regularly again. Now, once the two enter through the portal, Bloodsport and Nocturna head over to it as well. And knowing that the team has a limited amount of time before their brains melt from Earth 3's effects, Waller orders Superboy to fall back. However, in the background of Bella Reeve, Dr. Rodriguez notes to Waller that Superboy's vitals are off the charts, that currently he's fracturing, and so he's needed for an injection effective immediately. So in response, Amanda Waller turns into devil mode, telling Connor that she'll blow his head off if he doesn't listen to what she says. However, Rodriguez tells Waller that she needs to be calm when addressing Superboy, and that not everyone needs a bomb in their head to be motivated. And so alas, in humanizing fashion, Waller appeases the Superboy, telling him that he doesn't kill and that at the end of the day, he's a hero, and therefore the world needs their hero to return. And from being seconds away from killing Ultraman, Superboy listens to Waller and chooses the hero's path. And just like that, Superboy flies straight through the portal, entering it before it closes, thus leaving Ultraman behind like the loser he is. Now it's here where the team eventually finds themselves dumped somewhere in the middle of nowhere, Russia. And it's via comms link where Waller tells the team to enter one of the secret bunkers where a stack of medicine is located for Superboy's condition. However, Superboy tells everyone that he doesn't need medicine. Instead, he needs answers. But so does someone else, as a voice declares this off panel. And as we turn to see who the speaker is, we find out that the voice belongs to the real Superboy, as this Superboy asks our Superboy as to what the hell he is. And that, folks, was Suicide Squad, issue number 6. And man, this issue, the outcome to this was definitely something I wasn't really expecting. Yet maybe I should have. Now, the main story to this issue was pretty standard Suicide Squad stuff. You know, the squad having to rescue Bloodsport from Ultraman. You know, at the end of the day, it was pretty basic. Although I was pretty bummed to see that the tree guy, Branch, who wasn't even a criminal to begin with, got literally annihilated. But hey, what can you do? It's a Suicide Squad book. Squad members will likely die. But the major highlight for me was when Waller was actually being a human being, telling Superboy that he shouldn't kill Ultraman because he's a hero and the world and everyone within it needs him. Needs Superboy to be a hero. Definitely a humanizing moment for Waller, or at least a fantastic cover-up for such a moment. But it's towards the end of the issue that literally shifts the balance of nature for me. And that's when we actually meet the real Superboy, face to face. It was during this moment that I, the reader, actually felt lied to by Amanda Waller. So yeah, Robbie Thompson, great work with the writing part. And well played, sir. You had me. And I'm definitely intrigued to see where this goes in the upcoming issues. And I'm sure we'll get ourselves some answers in the upcoming Suicide Squad annual. So don't forget to check that out. Should be a fun time. The art this time around was much more to my liking. Although I appreciate Dexter Soy's work, I think his work personally works better with runs such as Green Lantern. I much prefer Eduardo Pensica as the book's main artist, yet the few panels we were given by Soy, I overall didn't mind. Suicide Squad continues to be a fun book, hitting all the comedic banter elements and the cynical nature of these characters, but it's also providing mystery and intrigue with Superboy. Suicide Squad, issue number 6, gets an 8.5 out of 10. Giggity goo.